The Burden of Glory, a devotional for the season of Lent, produced by Northside Church. Monday, March 16th. Our scripture passage today comes from Matthew 25, verses 36, 38, and 40.
I needed clothes, and you clothed me. When did we see you needing clothes and clothe you? The king will reply, Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.
The fourth situation of darkness that Jesus tells us to step into as we bear the burden of God's glory is that of those who need clothing. If there was ever an issue that our culture's bent toward overproduction could solve, it would be this one. Human beings produce over 100 billion new garments globally each year, with about a quarter of all new purchases happening here in the United States. And with all those new clothes, we Americans tend to discard the old, to the tune of between 80 to 100 pounds of clothing per person per year. This adds up to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 million tons of discarded pants, shirts, socks, and the like. Only about 15% of those discarded garments get donated, reused, or recycled, leaving the other 12 million tons to be incinerated or tossed in a landfill somewhere. Meanwhile, there are about 20 million children in this nation alone that suffer from some form of clothing insecurity, defined as lacking access to adequate, properly fitted, or seasonally appropriate clothing. That's 2 out of every 5 kids. There is certainly not a lack of abundance when it comes to addressing this particular situation of scarcity, and yet it persists, even right here in our own city of Atlanta. And that's where it should literally hit home for us, because as I keep reminding us, Jesus is not calling us to solve the systemic problem or larger evil of global overproduction or American wastefulness or worldwide clothing insecurity. He is, however, calling us to address it in our lives and in relationship with the folks in our own neighborhood and community. Most of us don't think about this particular issue very often. I confess I don't, or at least I haven't done so in a serious way. As I read this, I have 12 pairs of shoes in my closet, and I wear maybe 3 of them. Meanwhile, I don't know how many people, including children, need shoes here in Atlanta or even in my own neighborhood. But I know that Jesus has called me to clothe the ones who need clothes, and awareness of the issue is a step in that direction, but it's not enough. We bear the burden of God's glory, Northside Church. Let's answer the call to clothe others that we may clothe Jesus Christ himself.